if your business is already generating, let's say, 20, 30, 60, $70,000 per month from your email marketing, then it's likely already one of your most reliable sales channels, even if you haven't really been paying that close of attention to it. And now is definitely the time to make it more of a priority. So one thing I see all too often is when a business is doing really well with their email marketing for the effort that they've put in, and they just don't realize that they think that, maybe a once a month email or a once a week email is good enough. And they don't realize that if they're doing the level of revenue that they're at for the little amount of effort they're putting into their email, they have no idea how much more they could get from it and how much more profitable and reliable this sales channel could be for their business just by making it more of a priority. So of course, right now entering into this recession, lots of businesses are going to be, just naturally refocusing on email marketing like they've done in the past. So I do think that's part of why I'm making this video, is to, if you're in that scenario, to show you the three ways or three things you can do to scale your email revenue from 5 figures to 6 figures per month and then beyond. So the first thing is you need to start prioritizing lead generation, especially for e-commerce businesses. A lot of times it's all about just driving people straight to a sale, whether it's from your ads or your content or whatever. And at this point, if you're going to make email marketing more of a priority, then one of the things that's going to help you be more successful, it sounds kind of obvious, but most people don't do it, is that you need more people on your email list. You want to have more people that you can email, so that way you can nurture that relationship, get the first purchase, and get repeat purchases out of them. So one way you can do that is just to optimize all of your organic marketing efforts towards growing your email list, which means you need to have some sort of offer to get people to sign up to your list. So the most common thing is just having a coupon, offering a 10 or 15% off discount or something like that. But there's lots of other ways you can get people to join your list. You can have them join for, maybe it's some sort of free digital download sort of thing. It could be a quiz that they have to take. A lot of times people like to take these quizzes if it helps them get more out of your products. So, learning more about their skin type, or if it's some sort of hobby, maybe you have 4 different categories of a person, of the type of golfer, or, the type of chef or whatever. And then you have them take a quiz. And at the end, they get recommended the certain products that are the best fit for them based on what they filled out in that quiz. People love to do those, take those quizzes like that. So there's all kinds of ways you can get creative with getting people on your email list without having to give away a discount. But if you don't have anything, if you don't have any ideas like that, and you don't really feel like putting in the effort, then again, just offering that first-time customer coupon is a proven way that continues to work over and over to get people on your list. But the main thing is just having something, and just making a point to always be driving traffic from your organic, whether it's your social media or the content you're putting out, and maybe it's on YouTube, maybe it's through your blog, whatever. Have all of it be pointed towards getting people on your list more than having people go straight to the sale right now, because it's going to be a lot easier to get the sale once they're already on your list and they start going through your welcome series and they start entering into the other flows that you have set up. Another thing you can do is you can collaborate with other brands that target the same market as you, but they aren't direct competitors. So you can do, giveaways together. You can do fun competitions, anything where you set it up to where you are sharing your audience with them and they're sharing their audience with you, and you're directing people to sign up on their list and they're directing people to sign up on your list. And I found this to work very well with a lot of the brands that we work with, mainly because, for one, it can help you get a lot of new subscribers in a very short period of time. Just over the course of a few days, you might get 10 times more subscribers than you would get in any given week. But the other thing is that, assuming that there's this alignment between your brand and the other brand, where it's the same type of customer, that it just makes sense, and it's a great recommendation. If they already love that brand and they get their recommendation to you, then it's a lot better than just getting a random cold lead from a Facebook ad or something like that, because there's no warm introduction there. So those people tend to spend more than whenever people just do like Facebook ads for some kind of free giveaway, because a lot of times those leads are just kind of be freebie seekers and they never buy anything. Those are some things you can do to increase your lead generation, and that's definitely that's something you have to do if you really want to prioritize growing this sales channel. The next thing is you need to optimize your core flows. So hopefully you already have, welcome series, browse abandonment, abandoned cart, abandoned checkout, post purchase. You have those core flows in place. Now there are 3 flows you definitely want to give a lot more attention, and that would be your welcome series, your abandoned checkout, and then your browse abandonment. And so to optimize these flows, so of course you want to be doing A/B testing. You can A/B test subject lines, you can A/B test the email content, you can A/B test the time delays within the flow. There's different things you can do, but you want to always be testing. But these core flows, typically people will, they might only put, if it's the welcome series, they might only put 4 emails in there. And if it's the abandonment flows, they might only have 2 emails in there. And you can actually extend these out to have a lot more emails. And you just want to monitor engagement. So if it gets to where engagement totally falls off, well, then you need to test new content. And if you just can't get people to continue opening and engaging, well, then then you can stop there, maybe delete that email and stop with where you're at. But again, until you start testing that and until you try to extend it out and add more content, you don't know how much more revenue you could be getting from those flows. So, and another thing is you just might not even have very many flows in the first place. So just looking at, do you have all your core flows in place, building out some of the more nice to have flows in addition to that, because the thing that's great about flows is that they're automated based on people's behavior. So it's a lot easier to get sales from an email that is reactionary to someone doing something on your website or their shopping behavior or something like that. So you definitely want to have those in place, especially again because they're automated, they run 24/7, so they're just working for you around the clock. And you really it doesn't take that much work to maintain them and to do that optimization. So then now the last thing, and this is what I would say is definitely the most important part, and this is where you're going to see the most upside by far, is changing up your campaign strategy to use more segmentation and to increase the frequency of your email sends. So you might be at a point where, again, you're only emailing your list once a month, once a week, something like that. Well, to scale up to 6 figures per month from email, unless you have a really high ticket offer and a huge list, you're going to need to be sending more emails. And the way you can do that without pissing everyone off and making everyone hit spam and unsubscribe is by defining a bunch of different segments within your email list. And I've got a bunch of videos on that you can check out on the channel. Defining these different segments and then sending more emails, but only sending them to one segment at a time. So let's just say you send out 5 emails per week, but no one on your list is getting all 5 of those emails. Now, some people might get 2 or 3 of them. Some people might only get 1, and so on. So it's just going to be based on how you define these segments and which segments you're sending to. But the point of doing this is that by first defining these different segments, these different groups of people that are based around certain rules, whether it's demographics or product interest or whatever, now you can craft the content to cater specifically to that group. So now the email is a lot more interesting and it's a lot more engaging to them, and they're more likely to make a purchase from that email. The other thing is, again, it goes back to just being able to scale up the frequency. So if you, to really start driving more revenue, you do, even though we always talk about, not hammering your list too much, this is why you have to use the segmentation, but you can easily get up to where you're doing 5 to 7 emails per week without burning out your list, assuming you're not sending every email to everyone on your list, and that the people that are the most engaged and the people that are your best customers are the ones who are getting more, and the people who are less engaged and the people who haven't, maybe they're just not as into your brand as much, aren't getting as many emails as the others. That way you don't just scare them off now when you could potentially win them over later. So those are the 3 things. It's not rocket science. It's very simple to do. What I find is that most businesses just overlook email marketing and they underestimate what it can do, because email marketing has been around for so long. It's kind of boring, really. It's just not the sexy thing like all the new trends that happen with social media and influencer marketing and everything. And what happens is people are still running the same email strategies from like 10 or 15 years ago, and they don't realize how far we've come and how much more you can do and how much better the email software is today than it was even 5 years ago, as far as the personalization that you can do do with the content that's in the emails and the products they're being shown to people based on their viewing history and their purchase history and all of that. It's just, we've come so far. And again, a lot of businesses, like if they just haven't really been paying attention, they don't realize that this could easily be their most profitable, by far their most profitable and most reliable sales channel. So if that's you, if you're already having a little bit of success with your emails and you want to scale this up to the next level now, I would recommend either you can hire us to do it and we'll handle everything for you, or if you want to handle this in-house, then follow these 3 strategies that I just talked about, and you will see the growth of your email sales channel grow steadily month by month. So that's it for this video. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.